Good afternoon. Kate Caruth here, your content alchemist with some content gold on a Wednesday lunchtime. You've probably been told you need to do more with your content. Now, here's the thing, not all content is the same. Depending on your industry, depending on the clientele you're looking for, the way you engage with your audience and what's going to have the most impact is going to vary widely. So this series of videos and the blogs that go with them are here to see how we can help you adapt what you do into content that really works for you. And today we are talking about content for the trades. I have to say, I think that's a horrible term for skilled artisans and workmen, electricians, carpenters, plumbers, painters, decorators. They train for years and then they get lumped into that category of trades. Now, it has to be said, if you're a tradesperson, writing may not be your forte. The problem is if you don't invest in it to some degree, that can be a real challenge for you. Content's really powerful, especially for the tradesperson who doesn't particularly want to compete on price. Low cost does often mean low quality, and is that who you want to be? And it's absolutely fine if you want to be the cheap and cheerful end of the market, that's fab. Now, if you're in a trade, then there's two kind of real entry-level vitals that you must have. One is a website. You've got to have a website. And the other is a Google My Business. So the thing is that you're often found by search. Lots of references from one customer to another, which is great. But people will often search, I need a plumber in Cambridgeshire, for example. So having both a Google My Business, which means you can be found, and a website, which means once you can be found, someone's got a place to go. They're really important. It's really worth registering on trades directories as well. You know the ones I mean, check a trade, find a trade, all of those kinds of things. And you need to focus on getting lots and lots of reviews, because if you're a plumber and someone wants you in their home to take their taps apart, they want to know what kind of experience other people have had. Did you leave the place clean and tidy, or was the tap still dripping when you left? That's really important. And the other type of content you should never forget, because it's actually really effective if you get it right, is print. Particularly things like leaflets. Now, I partner with somebody who does leaflet delivery in a particular area, and he really knows his stuff, and he sees tradespeople get massive results if the leaflets that those doors, the doors that those leaflets drop through, you can tell it's live, can't you, are the right ones. They get a really effective result. There are, however, a few pitfalls and traps that you can fall into. The one that I see most often is on a website. So I'm going to beg you now, please, for the love of God, for the love of your family, for the love of originality, please don't have a picture of your van on your website. The only thing putting your van on your website says is, I've got a van. And if you're an electrician, so what? The only people who should have a picture of a van on their website is someone who either sells a van or puts graphics onto a van. Because anybody else, it's just a tool of the trade. It would be rather like having a photo of a spanner on your website. Please don't do it. It doesn't say anything useful to them. And it's really hackneyed. Everybody does it. So do something different. Have a picture of the results you produce. A beautiful room with underfloor heating, all cozy and glowing. That's what somebody wants to see. A fabulous new electric vehicle charger. Okay, then you can have a picture of your van. If you install EV chargers, you can have a picture of a van connected to an EV charger. That's okay. Something really elaborate and elegant in the wallpaper line if you're a painter and decorator, not the van itself. And I get it, you don't like writing So your website's going to get neglected. That's another really major pitfall. I'll go and have a look at a website and it's really old and all the details are out of date and the phone numbers don't work. The links are broken. So I get if you don't like doing the website content on a regular basis, at least check it regularly and make sure it works. There's a couple of top tips for how you can make a real difference with your customer, with your content. Clue there about what I'm about to talk to. The first one, you've heard it before if you've listened to some of these videos before, is think about your customer. Think about everything you say from the customer's point of view, what they're looking for, and tie all your messages to that. You see, what you do is sort of understood. I know who to call if I want some understairs cupboards fitted. I'm going to find a carpenter. I know what you do. Don't lead with that. Focus on what you do that makes you different. You know, so maybe you talk about being bespoke furniture. That's what you build. You build bespoke shelves, units, not flat pack, for example. What makes you different? And therefore, if you're focusing on what you're different, what makes you different, rather than what you compete on, like price, reliability, availability, you're actually competing on things that no one else can say about themselves. If you're using images, use finished results, beautifully painted rooms, new fancy lighting. And make sure, if you know this thing about knowing your customers, think about their budget as well. I see it often with kitchen fitters. They have a website and they have these incredible, elaborate kitchens as the images on their website, often that have come from stock or have come from the suppliers. Now, the truth is, if their customer base is not paying £150,000 for a kitchen, there is no point in having £150,000 kitchens there. Have a small country kitchen or a little household kitchen as the images. It needs to fit the budget of your client. Put the same care and attention into the content as the work itself that you deliver, because that sends a message. So if you're doing a door drop, a leaflet that's been printed on your home printer with spelling mistakes in it is going to say, yeah, I'm a bit slapdash, really, I can't really be bothered. And that's not going to get the message across. And of course, if writing isn't your thing, and I get it, it isn't, get some help. It's not that hard to find someone who will help you. So look, if you want to find out whether your content is helping your trade business really boost itself and put itself in the best possible light, you can book in with me for a free content review. I'll give you some expert guidance. We'll go through everything that you're doing right now and give you some hints and tips that are absolutely bespoke to you and help you generate some fantastic content for your business. And all you got to do is click on the link in the post above. And of course, if you know somebody who would find this helpful, then do please share this post, tag them in the comments below. And I will be back soon talking about content for, you can't wait to find out, can you? Content for property market. I'm going to see you in a month's time. Have a golden afternoon.